Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
He's taken a few recalls. He is half a level down on the opponent. So Jway has access to the Unstoppable Force. There's a Pantheon ult coming down for Shanks.
Yeah, the Fate Seal does hit onto two, but Soul Unbound already coming out. It's going to be Shanks in a whole lot of trouble in the top lane. And Care is the one to secure first blood for Fun Plus Phoenix.
Well played. Let's see if there's an air for so long now as a long-term project for anyone's legend. I think it's pretty impressive as well to kind of see them continue their level of success. Now, Shanks trying to fish for a summoner spell from Care.
Able to find it. Instead, the target's going to be Flandre down in the bot side. Shadow coming in with the Grand Starfall. Flandre doing a lot of damage to Needlework. Doesn't hit its full proc onto Sheer, which means that he'll be able to survive. And Shadow will jump in and finish off the kill. The last tick of the Ignite, just barely not enough.
Okay.
Crucial objective game, going very well for anyone's legend so far, whereas FPX have been able to find some kills, but that's not going to matter too much if you aren't able to, use that to snowball your leads even further. So we'll see what
the Ruin King done on our Yone. Hell, we should be looking for fights.
Speaking of fights, maybe you should try to find a 2v1 gank on to Sheer, but Sheer's actually going a little bit aggressive here in this situation because he knows that Shadow can jump in with the Grand Starfall, but it might just be a little bit too late. Kyle joins as well, and that is the signal for FPX to abandon the play and let their top laner go down. So AL finally on the board, the kill going over to Tarzan.
Is this a full turret though? Tarzan can come into the area, you'll be able to steal Krugs. Yeah, that's the first turret going down. I mean, hell, this is what happens on a side lane. You always have to be able to match the team that has 3 grubs now, and that's that's the feat of turret taking, going over to anyone's legend. If they're able to grab at least another 2 kills first, I think you're fine with that. You're going to now see the Herald being started here by FPX. I don't think there's going to be much rebuttal from the side of anyone's legend, as they're pretty late to this play.
I'm not going to lie, Alk. You just said like the feat of turret taking or whatever. They got super lazy after the first one. Feat of Warfare, very cool name. Then it's
Epic Monster Slaying, that kind of work.
It's still kind of lame. It's just exactly what the name is here. It's Kyle might be slaying himself as there comes the bullet time opened up here by Awesome. And the Feats of Warfare, that's the good name, picked up here by FPX, and they want more than just that. They want another fight here. Flash comes forward here for Jway. 2-man pull does come out. Shanks with the flash on out. Teleport coming in is going to be Sheer trying to join the party here, as the Unbreakable Will has already been popped here by the Alistar. And FPX is 5 men strong. Going in onto this tier 2 turret, they should be able to take it down.
This is just wonderful play from them. They're over-forcing, making sure that they can try to brute force. It's a participation award.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not going to have it for this dragon fight, which is the only reason why not maybe the best situation for them to use it that early. And speaking of, it does mean that anyone's legend actually do gain some control over this here.
Wow.
Is in here by Flandre. So another dragon secured by AL. As the Rift Herald is popped here by FPX, Glacier Prison comes out. It only lands on a Shadow. You can block out any remaining damage that does come through. But now, it's anyone's legend split up a little bit here, as the counter-strike from Sheer does connect here on
Shanks.
to Flandre, and the Gwen is just going down. Shanks has to dash on out. It's a numbers advantage now here for Fun Plus Phoenix. They're going for the Grand Starfall. Shadow wants to make this a fight win for FPX. It's traded back. Sheer with a 3-man stun over the wall, but he's to flash right back out because he's going to be taking that tower aggro a little bit too quickly. So another back out.
How are we ever getting in? There's a misfortune in this Alistar thing positioning so well to stop both sides of the fight. Sheer just ends up stepping forward. Thank you to our observers on the LPL side. Just showing Shanks right down the middle, right down the straights, ends up missing both ends of FPX. And another 2 kills going over to the Fun Plus Phoenix. This was the overforce, but I think just getting more summoner spells, and I think FPX feeling a little too cheeky. They're like, okay, we're already winning. Let's slow down the game now.
And, we keep talking about, hey, AL has fights. Obviously, there's some misexecution on some of the players for AL in these situations, but it does show that Fun Phoenix are able to contest against one of these top teams here, at least in game 1.
All right, Jway's coming up towards top side. You can see that right now AL are focused on trying to get this turret. Shadow by himself should be able to hold this. We're getting the teleport now coming in from Sheer.
Magmixup doesn't connect, and with the teleport being a little bit delayed by Sheer, it means that everybody on AL should be able to escape at least for now. Weaver's Wall does come out to try to block somebody off, but it's actually just going to block off FPX from the rest of the fight. Jue's on a flank. He could potentially go over the wall with a Hex Flash and find an opportunity here. He goes into the Tri-Brush and now has bought some space here for Fun Plus Phoenix. AL still has Shanks to the bottom side. He has his teleport available if he wants to use it. Autocon is already at half HP. Tarzan going to try to find some way to get into the pit, but the fight's already been started by Shadow. Bullet time plus the knockup is going to try to lock down Kyle. The Poppy's still somehow alive and will be able to live, but Shanks, he teleports straight to his doom. And Care picks up the kill. It's a 1-for-1 as Jue fell on the other side, and the health bar is not necessarily in a great position for Fun Plus Phoenix, so they're going to have to peel away from this Autocon and go back to base without anything set up there. Send Shadow and Care down to take this dragon on their own because they have the semi-globals to potentially get to the top side if the Autocon is started up. But now, Anyone's Legends, they don't want the Autocon. They might try to find a kill onto Jue, who might be overextended a little bit. The Fate Seal finds this awesome, but it will not be enough to secure the kill. The Unbreakable Will was popped by Jue, so that is one singular cooldown utilized. Now, that might be enough for AL to turn their sights towards the Autocon.
Ooh, you see the Baron, okay, or sorry, the Autocon, like you just noted. Teleport's gonna come on through. They still have the Weaver's Wall. They still have the Grand Starfall.
Not a great setup here. As Awesome and Jue were really pushed out of things at the start of it. Keeper's Verdict knocks away Shadow, securing any possibility.
We'll see. AL have not been able to find too many of those kills, so I don't know how much worth they're gonna be able to get out of this Thornbound Autocon.
Yeah, the added effect from the kills, the takedowns is big, but not going to happen here on the Flandra as he's getting targeted out in a 1v3 situation. Care with another really nice seismic shove will set things up, and Shadow will claim his 3rd kill of the game.
Okay, vision around any of these objectives is a very real possibility we see FPX start to turn.
They lock down Care with the Glacial Prison, and the Keeper's Verdict does take away the jungler for FPX. Bullet time comes out, but there's not a lot of peel that's been set up for him. And that is the first kill going over for AL. Jue is the one to drop. But will that be enough to deny the fight here for Fun Plus Phoenix? It looks like instead of going for the soul point, they're going to turn to the Baron and force Anyone's Legend to make a decision.
Ooh, Yone is going to be hitting the Dragon right now. The rest of AL, though, push on through mid. FPX did not pull the trigger fast enough. You saw this. So they're going to lose priority of mid. They're going to have to try and re-enter, and AL can just fully stop them from moving back into their side of the base. FPX need to do something.
Nicely buffered from Tarzan, using the Arctic Assault to make sure that stun does not take away too much of its escape potential. But now a teleport's going to come in. Shank's going to try to close the gap here. It's still a 4v5 opened up here for Anyone's Legend. Shadow with the flash on out. But now the power of the Sejuani Yone can come through. There's Kyle sending Sheer straight back with that heroic charge. So another pick found by Anyone's Legends. It hasn't been the full-on fight, but still have that 5v4. Without the jungler, they're going to start with the Baron.
35 seconds before Shadow is back up, and he will have Grand Starfall, but this Baron is going over to AL. Can FPX battle back?
Will there be some sort of miracle steal? Everybody on AL trapped into the pit. They send Tarzan over the wall. Jue doing a great job with the headbutt. Who's going to get the Baron? It's stolen away by Shanks. Anyone's Legend's the one to secure it, but now FPX can win out on this fight. They knock up Tarzan. Shanks is already down.
Oh!
Awesome picks up a triple kill, and it'll be Care to finish the job. Only Hope walks away.
Now is a whole different beast, and we'll see how FPX can kind of do it here. 3rd item coming on through for Shadow. He's picked up the Guardian Angel. I like how so far AL, they've just made these engagements onto Jue.
Pulling the trigger immediately onto the Alistar. Has not popped the Unbreakable Will just yet. They knocked up Hope, forcing to flash away the bullet time, doing so much to buy some space here for Fun Plus Phoenix. But the needlework from Flandra is doing some work as well. This Gwen's level 17. Dashed away from the seismic shove, and now Shears arrived off the TP.
Shadow!
Takes a lot of damage, but the counter strike's gonna be big. It only finds one stun, but that stun's onto Tarzan, and he's already down. Shadow with the Grand Starfall over. He pops the Guardian Angel. Flandra on the wrong side. I think that's gone golden, but he won't survive. That's Sheer picking up the kill. Shanks does not get enough with the Fate Sealed as he goes right back into the stun from the unraveled Earth of Care. Fun Plus Phoenix find 4. They're gonna find a 5th. Hope on the run, but there's no more hope for Anyone's Legend. Sheer picks up the kill. Down the mid lane, FPX go. They're looking for the upset victory over AL.
There's still a mid lane turret. They don't even have a wave in top side. I think FPX, they may have just done it. They may have broken Anyone's Legend in this first game. Teleport's going to be coming out from Care. It's going to be a mid lane tier 2 at the very least. Vision down for FPX. We have a Dragon Soul potentially on the cards in a minute's time. FPX play that fight so much better. Hope sends it on a Valkyrie, and those are summoner spells now missing from our second seed team in AL. What an incredible first game coming in from FPX. We talked about from draft, we wanted to see them play the early game. They've definitely started.
Stood no chance against the bite of Sheer and Awesome, who had really good fights there. It was not enough to end the game.
Soft, they're waiting to see a teleport come on through. You see right now that Flandra just got his team a global blue buff. They're fishing for an engage.
They don't want to fully go on him. Instead, they're going to turn their targets towards Shanks. He used the Stolen Bound to get away. Dway already has dropped, but the health bars are so low on AL's side. Nobody has gone down. Kair's going to try to cut people off with the Weaver's Wall. Sheer dash jumping forward, but does not have enough to close the gap. So
it's already starting to get chunked down. Part of the reason when you have these solo laners is just being able to rip these massive objectives.
He's going to pop the Grand Starfall. He's going to try to get in. He's going to get there in time. No, it's still the Baron is secured here by Tarzan. Flandre's gone golden. The Needlework has one more issue to be procced, but Shadow will get the kill regardless. But that's a big win for anyone's Legends. They take advantage of the
pulled around the map right now. Top lane's getting pushed in. You're not really fighting for mid lane control in this Baron. How much more can you actually get out of this? You still want to have control for this Dragon.
Dway pops the ulti already. He's taking a lot of damage. Nicely done by Kyle to knock Kair out of the fight. But Awesome does a lot of damage. Awesome is level 18. Awesome, it's a Guardian Angel. Awesome not going to be able to get that kill just yet, as he will drop and have that Guardian Angel procced. Already Dway out of the picture once again, but you see Sheer on the top side of your map, picking up the split pushing duties.
Shadow
gonna try to cancel the bases. Kair comes through with the Weaver's Wall. Everybody on anyone's Legend, the bot side is very, very low. Sheer gonna be able to at least take that inhibitor on the top side, as well as Fun plus Phoenix working their way around the map and making sure they do not lose too much.
Tarzan needs to either die or somehow make the masterful escape. He'll have the Baron, but he's not gonna be able to get out. Shadow will be here, and that's gonna be Dragon in 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's the jungler for anyone's Legend down. Somehow, some way, despite AL
Dragon of the game, we're gonna have one final Dragon spawn in 5 minutes. That'll determine the soul for either of these two teams.
Divers go into the backline of Fun plus Phoenix. They're already starting up the Baron. It's getting bursted down. Tarzan is so far away. No opportunity for a steal as FPX yoink it right between the arms of anyone's Legend.
Oh, they're just going for an engage onto Hope.
They go. Hope does have the Guardian Angel. They're going to try to flank the flankers. Double knockup does land for Dway, but the Keeper Verdict will send him out. Shadow popping the E to stay alive for a little bit. We see Sheer in the back line. Already popping the GF1. Shanks is in so much trouble. He uses the face.
What is Awesome doing?
Away. Awesome going forward, but he's going to be able to survive. Fun plus Phoenix with a absolute masterclass of a team fight. Sheer buys this time. The rest of FPX come through to back him up, and down the mid lane they go once more, this time for a Game 1 win.
Who the hell cares about an Infernal Soul? FPX say, we'll just take a Baron and we'll just end up taking your base. It's an entire wave still waiting for them, and FPX make history happen again. They'll take Game 1 versus AL.
It was a back and forth one, but FPX in general had that control.
Going to be coming on through yet again. And now with the Nico, a very, very strong lane here. Jhin and Leona going out to try to... Shanks is now coming over. He has the Realm Warp. Tarzan's in the area, and Shadow is going to have to walk all the way back around if he wants to wrap on this play.
The Chunk connects with the Deadly Flourish, and now Awesome, it just gets bursted down before he can do anything. That's first blood picked up for AL. It'll be a 2-for-1 overall as Shadow and Kair now join the fight. Charm is flashed away from Spirit Rush away to dodge away for the rest of the DPS. And so no other kills will be...
Are okay with a walking, talking, dog, glizzy creature. But the moment it's purple is when is the issue. Like mini wiener dogs that they have. They're so cute and kind of derpy looking. Awesome's dead.
Awesome is indeed dead. That is another kill in the Feats of Warfare picked up for AL. I'm back on my 5-minute timers. We also get the full here for Shanks, but doing well for himself. Of course, Rise, one of the few champions still building that run of ages, and he's able to get on out of there. As an attempted dive actually might be turned on its head, as Sheer now going to be the target for all 5 members of anyone's Legends. They send him straight right down, and they'll pick up the kill. It is a 1-for-1 as Kyle will fall. But I think overall, you're going to be happy about that if you are AL.
All right, so that's just Feat of Strength completed. That's a full turret, all 5 plates being split between Tarzan, Flandra, and Shanks. Flandra's going to teleport top. That is a hell of a lot to determine, you know it.
Glizonomics, yes.
Thank you. And Shadow's dead.
Okay. Yeah, invading the jungle, as this is the point in the game where Nefiri can really start to take control after you get a couple of kills. You get this first
top side, but they don't even have, they didn't contest with the first grubs again.
Anyone's Legends looking for another play here. Nice cancel with the stand aside, but Jway still in a lot of trouble. Has to flash away over the wall. The curtain call comes out, but nicely dodged away from, but the equalizer. It sends Jway straight down. That's not Nari, that's a Nico. That ends
Wave
up
here just to make sure that they get that kill, but I don't know. AL, they're playing so well around the map now. I think that early game skirmish where Tarzan was able to steal the blue buff kind of put FPX in a bit of a tizzy, and really they haven't been able to really recover past that. And now Shadow's just caught. All right.
Yeah, not a position that you could be in at this point in the game if you are Shadow. Tarzan using the ultimate just for a little bit of style points, but they were going to get that kill regardless. Tarzan really starting to come online on this Nefiri. Is FPX, that's a small win for them. But the rest of the map kind of not in a great position for them overall, as the Herald will be dropped in the mid lane, and they're going to try to crack this one open as well.
Turret with Herald plus 3 grubs, that stuff. I had actually liked how FPX played the last like 2 minutes of play, where right after Shanks
Nico, FPX could have an opportunity to get a reset, get a stack cash in for Awesome, and they're the ones starting up this Cloud Dragon. Teleport has come in. It's going to be Flandra joining the fight. He just picks up another item for himself. Kyle jumps over the wall with the Blast Cone, and here comes the fight. Dragon secured by Shadow. Call the Forge God does not find anything, as now the bullet time has been opened up. The health bars are taking low. Sheer, very, very low. The force shot going to connect onto him. Tarzan not able to take him down just yet. He gets knocked up. FunPlus Phoenix somehow still alive, but the Pop Blossom does not connect. Awesome, the lone survivor on the back line of things, as anyone's Legend shut the door and make sure FPX have no chance of winning this game. It is 4 kills already. Care on the run. Shanks flashes over the wall to try to shut him down, but he will not find it. Tarzan continuing to jump here. Does not have another proc of the ulti, so it will be very difficult. The Q does not connect, and Care will escape.
All right now.
It's gonna be very close. They're gonna have to ace him like right now, I think, if they want to have a chance to start this up. Maybe on the Otacon. It's possible.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they have a wave pushing in mid. They're trying to corral them out of this side of the jungle. Kyle does have his ultimate, but Shanks is pushing a mid wave.
Sheer jumps forward. Lands a steering charge on it too. There's the cease and desist. Jway finds the Pop Blossom. 2 members from AL are dangerously low. Flandra trying to sort out Awesome, but right now it's Hope that keeps himself alive and is ripping apart FunPlus Phoenix, as they aren't able to find any meaningful kills. Only Kyle has dropped. Awesome trying to find the kill for Flandra, but he will not be able to. The force shot comes in, and it's a quadra kill for Hope.
Oh, we gotta blame Tarzan. We're taking the Penta away. We're killing Jway like that. That's the Otacon.
Rip it on spawn after they clear out this third kill.
AL, you have FPX, you have 5 seconds. FF,
Press
please.
the button.
No! All right, I'm bankrupt, guys. I mean, it's not like we were making much money from this anyway. This is a fan-made broadcast anyway, so. That's volunteers, again, if you want to help out, coffee in the description or in the link below if you want to help.
We bet a month's salary on this.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's we? I know we're on the Chinese side. This is not the French. There is no we here.
Shanks actually in some trouble. Death Rush was set up for FunPlus Phoenix, and Shanks goes golden, but here comes the equalizer, and here comes Tarzan, and he's seeing red in this team fight, and it's not catch-up, it's the blood of FPX. Dominating the fight once again. It's 4 more kills that go their way, and the Baron will be started up here by anyone's Legend. They're going to look to even up this series.
There's a reason why we usually don't give up Nefiri. There was a pretty big hubbubaloo that ended up happening around 3 to 4 minutes of this game, and since then, FPX have just been lost around the map. AL dominating every single lane. Flandra, I had questions for his Rumble. Well, he ends up delivering with this equalizer. Great job, and I think an amazing bounce back here in the series from anyone's Legend. We said that history had repeated itself where FPX were able to find first blood. Well, that's continuing to be the case with AL dominating game number 2 of the series.
One of the larger gold leads you're going to see in a League of Legends game. 15,000 at 26 minutes. It's been all AL all the time here, as Jway looking for one last-ditch effort with the Baron buff already in their hands. The Pop Blossom finds 3, but there's just no follow-up. Shadow getting tanked up and taken down by Tarzan. Sheer in the back line, going to try to keep things alive. The Realm Warp goes underneath the tower, and AL, 5 strong, are going to march in to the base of FPX and even up our series at 1-1.
That's going to be it. They have got too much going for them. Another ace. It hasn't looked very good. The fact that FPX have only found 4 kills is enough to be said here. 20,000 goal lead between AL and FPX to end game 2.
Pure domination here by AL. It was a 44-minute loss in game 1, a 27-minute win for them in game number 2.
We'll see if Flanders ended up cooking. Scion Jungle is also something that we have seen in years past.
Yeah.
But when I look at this draft, FPX, you have a winning...
Dragon's going to be started up here by anyone's legend. However, FPX are going to collapse here. Jway going to flash over the Aqua Prison, but straight into the arms of Hope. The Ignite's taken onto him. It will not be enough to take him down, as the potions will save his life. Now here comes the rest of the fight for Fun Plus Phoenix. Care goes between worlds. Kyle is low. Kyle will drop. The bot lane is dead. And FPX find the first 2 kills of this game 3. Allow the rest of the fight to open up.
I was so afraid after I saw this. I was like, you're flashing forward. All right, brother. Nice. You're maybe just baiting them in. Shadow, we get back to picture-in-picture, and he dies over a scuttle. Care could not get into position.
Oh, here comes Sheer, though. He flashes in for the ultimatum. Care will finish it off with the weirding. And that's the Feats of Warfare secured for Fun Plus Phoenix. Now it's a battle between the soul lanes. Flandre does not have that ultimate, but the Gravity Well will stun up Sheer, who no longer has that escape tool, waiting for the hook shot to come through, but a full decimating smash will come out. Already an upgraded laser as well for Shanks will mean that another kill goes back AL's way.
Okay, those 2 assists continue to try to swap, try to match the bottom lane of anyone's legend. And that'll be the first dragon of the game going over to FPX. And I wonder if they're going to try to match this. Instead, it seems like Hope and...
one overall. And we'll see who decides to claim this final grub. Teleport comes in from Care. Flandre has the unstoppable onslaught to try to join the fight if they need, but Tarzan is getting singled out, and Tarzan will go down to Shadow. Sheer looking to go over. Oh, what a Fate's call from Awesome and Jway. They land the ultimate onto Kyle as well. The tidal wave only to try to buy some time, but the Nami will be taken down. Sheer looking to finish this kill off. It's just one more auto. The one becomes lightning. Will not connect. The hook shot will, though. And FPX find themselves 2 more kills.
Amazing job, and they grab 2 grubs, so they get the majority of the grubs, clear out any of AL's, and stop them from really being able to get much done in this bottom side.
Shadow playing very aggressive, going to go forward with the audacious charge, gets blocked up by the tidal wave, and now the initial engage is called off by FPX. Culling comes through, blocked by the Crescent Guard. Shadow goes right back in, looking to try to take down Kyle, and he will do so, and it should be a 1-for-1, but here comes the Renata. FPX get 2 kills onto the bottom lane once more, and they are winning this mid-game.
Now even the second dragon, so Feats of Strength are going to be going over to Fun Plus Phoenix.
And now they could look for another fight. Once Flandre has something to say about it, Decimating Smash is canceled by the handshake. And that means that FPX will get out with their lives. 2,500 gold lead for them. 2 dragons in their favor. The Feats
in the league. So we'll see if they're able to perform here and kind of keep that title for themselves, as it'll be the Heralds traded here. Flandre's been doing a great job into Sheer, but not even cutting him off. Should be another turret falling, especially with those 2 grubs and another wave. Hope was able to get an entire bottom lane turret for himself, so they're trying to even up some of that gold lead, and FPX doing the same by putting that gold right into the Awesome and Jway bomb.
He's very tanky, though, on this Scion. Already popping the biscuits and keeping himself nice and healthy. Care getting zoned out by Shanks, who has that Rod of Ages and has a lot of HP. The Dragon's at half. Tarzan going to try to get into the pit to try to steal this one away. Jway goes forward. Handshake does not connect. Tarzan going to approach, but the Ren will secure the Drake here for FPX as they get them out in Soul Point. Culling not doing enough. Anyone's Legend does not have any damage just yet. Here comes the Between Worlds from Care. Shadow dashing forward once more. The Renata not fighting much with the ulti, but here comes the Exec ultimatum. It lands on the Tarzan, but Sheer's the one who dies first. The health bars are low. Anyone's Legends have the chance to win this team fight. Tarzan running him down. Shadow forced to run away. He's going to go in and try to just buy some time for the rest of his team to escape. They do end up taking down Tarzan as Care gets the shutdown, but it's Awesome trying to take down Flandre in response. A wild, wacky fight around the Dragon Pit, but it's anyone's Legends that win it 3-for-2.
FPX get
FPX. Even though you got yourself the Soul Point, anyone's Legends are able to fight back mightily and admirably there in the full 5v5, and they're looking for another one here as Tarzan face checking that brush. Gotta find Shadow. And here comes the rest of the team. They're going to try to lock Tarzan down. They try not to flash away, pop the pillar to try to keep himself alive. But Sheer comes in on the flank and will shut the troll down. 1-0 in favor of FPX.
Is that going to be the Otacon started for them? It is so tough for Tarzan to go for Smite Steals versus his team. Not only do you have the Zinzao, but you have the Callista Ren. Thornbound Otacon now started for Fun Plus Phoenix. They're going to have to battle into a Renata ultimate, into a now teleporting Sheer on the flank. AL are going to have to battle hard.
They have the Smite, they have the Rend. It should be almost impossible for this Otacon to get stolen away. They're going to go for Hope instead. The collapse from FPX is beautiful. And
wait,
the face
Shanks,
shield will knock
Shanks!
it too, but here comes the follow-up. Shanks on this Victor is popping up and saving the fight for anyone's Legends. Already 2 picked up. It's at 2v3, but the solo laners from AL are very strong. Decimating Smash jumped away from by the hook shot. Shadow going in for a knockup. The Thunder Stein healing things up, but it's not going to heal enough. Shanks is still alive. The Victor saving the day. Shanks the hero for AL, and Flandra to finish off the ace.
And when you need them most, AL solo laners provide the way out of this fight. AL will have priority over this and be able to grab themselves their first dragon of this game.
And that's exactly what we've said we wanted to see anyone's Legends do with their draft. Once we got to this point, use that Lucian ulti to generate mid lane priority and get yourself to those major objectives.
In mid lane, they've been trying to use this Lucian Nami combo. There's a Scion charging down just so they can make sure that there is no chance. I want to see Sheer continue to push. I need you to hit this mid wave. You just saw 4 people in that wave. You're going to see Victor show on that lane. Step up, man. You have 2 grubs. You're playing Camille with Flash.
We could have definitely got the tower. Now we're getting in there a little bit late as Flandra is arriving. Gonna eventually take it down. Here for FPX. But for anyone's Legends, they have Flandra, they have Tarzan, they have this massive front line. It's going to be very hard to kind of break through. Hope dash it forward, trying to foul out Sheer. Culling comes out, Sheer in a desperation move, tries to flash forward, but he gets hit up by the Aqua Prison and taken down. Now he head back towards the Dragon. Oh, the Renata ultimate does a lot of damage. They're going to go towards Shanks, try to take him down. He goes golden. Around the Dragon we go, but it's going to be secured by Tarzan, and FPX are on the run. Nobody can take down this Scion. Awesome going for one last potential kill, but he will find none of it. It's a 5-for-1 picked up for AL, as they know they're going to be seeing those Baron empowered minions for the next 3 minutes time. Baron buff picked up here for AL.
For Flandra, I think his best looks, and I think repeatedly in this game, has been these tanks.
Hope might have gotten a little bit too far. Kyle gets 1 shot, and the Guardian Angel's already procced off the Lucian. Tarzan goes down. How the hell did FPX find this fight? It is 4 down. Only Flandra left alive. It is a full set of towers available in the mid lane, but the death timers are so long. Can FPX do it?
40 seconds and 2 grubs. Right now, Sheer is actually losing the 1v1 versus this Scion. They have to protect these minion waves.
Scion will pick up the kill. Finally, Sheer will drop. Flandra has to head back to base. You can see the cannon minion.
20 seconds.
And 1 ranged minion still left alive. It was, remember, a full set of towers.
Furnace. It's going to be a turret gained. It's the last Baron here. That Baron, the gold graph at the end, is going to be select this mid lane wave to push. And Flandra, a stalwart bastion for anyone's Legend. Him and Tarzan coming into this roster to hopefully bring them further than top 4. Already brought them to grand finals. Might have to do a lot more here.
Pillar buying some space here for AL as well. Shadow's already at half HP. That is big as he's the one with the smite. Could potentially try to secure this Mountain Soul. In comes the choo-choo train. Flandra trying to lock down Assume with a handshake will stop the
Can they get it?
Who's gonna the Dragon? It's Soul picked up for FPX. And look at Sheer on the back line, landing that ultimatum onto Shanks, but he's not able to do enough damage just yet. Another Decimating Smash gets canceled, and Flandra has no way into the fight. FPX on the retreat.
Dealing damage onto Shanks and Hope.
Here comes that unstoppable onslaught from Flandra. It doesn't land on anybody, but it has singled out Care, separated him from the rest of the team. Sheer gets bursted down to half by the culling, and the Baron's at 4,000 HP. Tarzan has nobody to get into the pin, but he somehow steals it away! Anyone's Legends have the Baron, but will they win the fight? Guardian Angel pop here by Shadow. Awesome looking to dash it onto Hope. The Guardian Angel still has not been proc. Already kills FPX falling over. Awesome is dead. FPX though, still in control, but can they take down Flandra? He's soaking up damage. He's still staying alive. He lands another Q. Some more damage onto the Tintao. And still extended in the fight. It's a 2
advantage FPX.
Okay, Flandra running it right down mid. Oh, the pillar! It blocks out so much. It's awesome. Doing a lot. But here comes
my God, Jway!
Jway just has a huge opportunity here for FPX. In goes Sheer. He uses that ultimatum onto Shanks, sends him out of the fight. Flandra trying his best to stay alive, but the Scion is no longer unkillable. Awesome picks up the kill, and Fun plus Phoenix, they turn it right back around.
The hostile takeover completely ends that fight. We've got a 42-minute banger between FPX and AL. Completely unexpected here. We thought maybe AL were going to be able to find this.
A real threat on this Callista, even 43 minutes into the game.
And I think it also just makes it that much tougher when you think of the fact that FPX all that time ago, 100 gold instead of 750. Every little thing matters when we talk about games like these. And with an Infernal Soul, or the Infernal Drake now on their side, or sorry, the Elder Drake, I should say. It's only here for another 45 seconds. AL have to be able to hold.
Here they go, they have the Elder. They can just continue to dive in the back line. Look at Care. We're going between worlds, and that world is a 2-1 win potentially. Hope's already down. Shanks goes golden, but Flandre picks up a kill. They're still alive here.
That's
but
it.
The Elder will smite down Shanks. Only Kyle and Flandre will live. They have no chance to win this game anymore. And Fun plus Phoenix, they pull up the upset, and they're going to march into the base and win the series for the #2 team in the LPL.
Who would have thought that head-to-head is now going to be 1-1 versus FPX and anyone's legend?
Flandre going to try to do his best. He's unkillable on this Sion, but the Nexus is not. FPX pull off the win.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Oh, hold on.
Vampire might be trying to fish here. You see that Sion is walking on forward, just getting some early vision. The announcement will go off, so they know that...
Explosion might have nearly been enough, but the Shy's able to flash out of there.
Right. Shy has to be very careful. I've honestly thought that so far this year, the Shy has actually calmed down some of those legendary int moments that we have known him for. I'll hold that.
Not diddly, but here we go. Another fight opening up around the Grubs. JJ going to be very low, and Taeyun dashes in with the killer instinct to pick up first blood for WE.
Ah!
A knockup goes on to Rookie, and the Rise is down 2-0 for the red side.
Rookie just flashed in place!
Amount of Void Mites in full control of pushing.
Yep. Oh, trying to make a play.
Oh, Hex flash in on to Rookie. Remember, he doesn't have that flash because he used it in the last fight, and Taeyun will be the one to claim the Feats of Warfare. WE off to the races in game #1.
Okay, but both Jijit and Gala are able to at least match their lane counterparts, and we are seeing Taeyun go for the rapid fire cannon because he can't really contest the wave clear. We're getting the Sion now.
Monkey! He steals away the dragon right under JJ's hands. And now Cube goes in with the unstoppable onslaught. That is a big win already here for Team WE.
Oh my god!
He sends JJ straight to his demise. California's got to come over the top as the Shy is now flashed forward. But now he's a little bit too far as well. The Pop Blossom doesn't get enough distance due to the decimating smash of Cube. WE
oh my god!
outplaying IG on every single angle. Rookie not getting that Void Rush in time as WE are ahead 6-1 after picking up the dragon.
And LCK rejects and Vampire only recently really kind of remaking himself and remodeling his gameplay. Gala's just dead.
On to Gala. He dives away from the seismic shove, but he still will go down. Taeyun getting that kill. And another good position opening up here for Team WE. Now 7-1 is Brazil v Germany here in game 1. WE can respond to this very easily and very effectively. As Monkey jumps over the wall with the Blast Cone. And now potentially opening up for a fight. Depth charge does land. It's just on a Mako though. Just procs a little bit of damage here. Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. The Shy is one shot, but here comes the follow-up. Pop Blossom lands on a 3, and JJ finds the first kill right back on a Vampire. Taeyun dashes forward, trying to lock down Gala. Gala is going to go down as the Kaisto will pick up his kill and get his revenge. Monkey still alive in the Jarvan. Taeyun will flash after Mako, getting himself a double kill, and the knockup will land on the JJ all the same. A triple kill for Taeyun on the Kaisa, and WE win yet another fight.
But you actually open up a really big pit so that your Sion can get in. I'll be honest, we saw this fight before. The replay's nice, but we got a picture-in-picture.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall separating IG immensely. The Rift Herald was not taken. The Cataclysm will land on the 2. JJ and Rookie stuck here. Unstoppable Onslaught.
Cube.
Oh, he drifted like it's in Tokyo here. We're in Seattle, but it's all the same. Cube landing a 3-man knockup with the ulti. And now Rookie is in some trouble. Realm Warp will send him away. And nobody actually ends up going down, but WE gained full control of the Rift Herald pit.
They're going to summon the Rift Herald. Wait, where are you going? Rift Herald! Wait, this guy's a traitor! Where are you going? Hit the turret! Wait, JJ's actually kind of goated for this. It's like he's literally mind control. There's no glizzies though. So what's Rift Herald focusing?
Just he still wants a dog. He's walking him like a dog, honestly. It's the Herald
Dude!
now finally gonna make his way to this tower. What a weird journey that is.
Don't charge. Don't you dare charge. I hate you, Rift Herald. I hate you.
Dragon picked up here for WE as well. They're dominating this game. I mean, it's very... I mean, I don't want to say it's over, but... Taeyun 6-1.
Here, Taeyun's going to push in this mid wave. He's going to fade into bot side river. They're going to try and zone the Shy off this wave. Just hit the turret, guys. Yeah, we have 2 grubs. Kill this guy.
And now we're going in onto the Shy. The Stick Dash does come out. Monkey's proc to conquer, but here comes Mako to make sure that there's no further aggression on to be started up a little bit here by Team WE. They're not fully committing to it just yet. It seems like they want to try to force a play.
All right, the Shy's going to catch this mid wave. He's probably going to be able to teleport into this play. The Scion ult comes through.
Yep, time for dinner here for Team WE. They go in, only landing the knock-up onto the clone of the Nico, and a teleport comes in here for the Shy. Oh, the Realm Warp is cancelled as Rookie will go down once again. Depth charge landing on the Mako, also will get the hit onto the Shy. A 2-for-0 setup, and it's going to be even more. Mako with the pop blossom, but there's not nearly enough damage set up for IG. Gala pops the Feather Storm, but it's too little too late. Knock-up lands, Taeyun gets the kill. It's 4-for-0 for Team WE.
IG, let's wrap it up and go to game 2. 22 minutes, 10,000 gold lead, and WE want revenge for their first round robin. They're going to try to hit they're on the hit list right now, taking every single team who may have wronged them in the first round robin. They're going to get themselves a Thornbound Otacon. They'll get an
And for IG, they still have to look to find these picks, but there's just really not given any opportunity. WE are playing the map well enough that nobody is singled out in any which way.
Graves, you're kind of thinking about it. You're like, you know, if we see IG that could finish that Rod of Ages, they have a Seraphs as well. Like, the Shy is going to eventually be, you know, that Ornn that's giving Masterwork items. But they're 10,000 gold behind right now. Just trying to solo out a Scion, that's just not going to be a real thing. They're now sieging inhibitor turrets. They get a flash out from Rookie. Even if the Shy gets Masterwork items, you're just barely putting a dent in the 10,000 gold lead that you're now exhibiting.
And it's going to continue to stack up as there's still a lot of towers left to be taken. Tier 2s in both the mid and bot, and a bunch of kills that can be picked up as well. Cataclysm takes down Mako. A knockup does come through from the Shy. JJ looking to come forward as well. Monkey going a very far forward, but a really nice seismic shove from Karis will send 2 right back into them for Team IG. WE dominating once more. Only Rookie left alive. The Weaver's Wall will send him away from the inhibitor as WE are looking for the end right now.
They've got 2 grubs. They're going to take the inhibitor. They got another mini wave as well as another in 30 seconds. They're about to end at 25 minutes versus IG.
And one of the most one-sided games that we have seen in the entirety of the split so far. It will be Team WE winning this one over Invictus Gaming. Expectations from the regular season be damned because WE are about to send themselves to match point.
And that is a clean ace. 25-07 is going to be that last tick there. So a lot of through lines here, but we see Team WE, I mean, kind of taking it slow and steady. They really want to whittle away at their opponents. Okay, Lashai's going to walk over. Where does he ward? He wards right in the pixel brush. I think
he takes one step
dead.
too far
He's
forward.
Just dead.
Here's the dash coming through for Cube. A lot of gaps already been closed. Pillar comes out, flashed away from him. Monkey's going to follow all the same. Press the attack proc. That's the dead to Shy. And Monkey will claim first blood for WE.
After the pillar lands, he's already warded, but he's just making sure that Cube can crash this wave. Maybe they go for a dive. I think this is a bit risky. They're just pushing the Shy off of the wave right now. And while all this is happening, IG are getting the dragon on the bottom side of the map.
A small win here for IG. They will get themselves that first dragon. Chemtech will go over to them. But it means that the Shy is really suffering at this point. In a couple minutes.
Yep. You see right now, though, the rest of IG trying to protect the Shy. He is very broke right now. Oh, this might be an engage on a Mako.
We find the Zenith Blade here from Vampire. The Pillar buying so much space, buying so much slowing power. Jet going to get taken down by Monkey with the Subjugate on top. Solar Flare lands onto the Shy, who does not have that flash. Feats of Warfare picked up for Team WE.
Graves,
you want to make a fight out of this. And why wouldn't you want to with that Triforce unlocked here for Monkey?
Yeah. Missing out on public execution. It just came off of cooldown. Taeyun will also has his. You can see that IG are corralled. They are willing to give up this dragon from the side of WE.
But they want the fight. They want more than just that dragon. Shockwave does fight two. Combined with the Magnet Storm though. IG already taking down one. Vampire and Cube out of the picture. Monkey very strong, but not popping that subjugate just yet. It's still off of cooldown. Mako with the W2 finds it in onto Monkey and will take him down. IG right back into this one. They pick up three.
A full turret with 3 grubs and a Trinity Force Trundle. Yeah, you say goodbye to this one. That's going to be feats of strength going over to Team WE quite handily.
One of my favorite things for playing Trundle is actually in the
Trade at the very least. I like this idea. Oh, Vampire. This is fun though.
Jump in between the turrets. Zenith Blade not going to connect. Public Execution will though onto Rookie. Shield of Daybreak stunning him up. Shockwave will find both of them. Rookie ticking low with the Ignite, taking him very into critical mass. And the Mystic Shot will find its mark. Plus the Rift Herald secured for Team WE.
All right. The Shy ended up taking that bottom lane tier 1. They summon the Herald. They even get Rookie to go down. So 1 for 0 in the trade. And how much more can they get? They have 3 grubs. This might be a whole second turret, but they're sending JJ and Mako to protect this wave. Victor will catch the mid wave as well. And maybe Team WE, they make a reset. They immediately make a beeline towards that dragon. Could be something that they are looking for. All right, I don't know if I like this trade though. I'm going to be honest. Team WE, they're going to grab themselves a dragon. The Shy's going to get another turret here. No one's going to be able to match. So a lot of gold going back, despite the Shy getting so much focus. He is up 30. He farmed a full call, and now he's going to be up like 1,300, almost 1,500 gold on his lane opponent here. So we're going to need... We'll take a look. Again, still a lot of game here to play. IG up with 1,000 gold lead here in this game. Most of it situated, all of it situated in the Shy's back pocket.
Look at Monkey. Oh my god.
JJ,
very
Jesus.
far forward. He has to flash away from the Shockwave. Here comes the crash down from Mako as well. They're using a ton of resources on the Trundle, but the Troll King will live. And now here comes the rest of the fight, and the rest of WE arriving to the party. Cube coming in with the teleport will force everybody on IG back. The Dragon's not available, but the Otacon is. So WB could try to start this objective up.
You can already see right there, Monkey tries to kill the Scuttle. Oh my god, that engage onto Mako doesn't land. That's incredible.
Yeah. Nice buffer from Vampire, or off of Mako from the damage from Spark Control from Vampire.
Ooh.
Means that Solar Flare not going to find too much usage, and that means that pushing WE away from the Otacon. But now IG, they want to start things up here on their own right. They still have the pillar coming out, providing a lot of utility. The Otacon did reset. Now, with the Shred coming through, it's going to be very risky for IG to finish this one off.
Muramana completed here for Taeyun, so he has a fully stacked up tier item. I know that right now Karis is still trying to make his way over. He's almost done with his Rod of Ages, if not already completed it, as well as having a Seraphs in the works. So we're just going to get a peel off. Yeah, okay, so 2 minutes before that Rod of Ages. And Team WE almost find a magical play onto IG by almost taking down Jijit. Both of these junglers, if they fell, potentially opens up a Otacon immediately. Then said now
forced to run into this IG composition. Just continue to poke them out. You can see Taeyun already down to 30% HP, and that's going to be a very tough situation now for Team WE. Do they want to give this dragon up? It looks like they will retreat, not wanting to risk a fight going completely awry. So that is Infernal Soul Point now for Team Invictus Gaming, as they want to make sure this series evens up. They steal away, try to, of the blue buff, but Monkey wasn't sure with the smite. And everybody will be all fine and dandy here.
I love how creative they're being right now. Gala trying to fish, trying to look for something. But getting rid of his spell shield early was full HP, but so much Fog of War here.
Get in
and,
there.
I mean, Vampire's nowhere nearby.
It can't be Taeyun base checking this. Monkey can't get into the pit, so the Otacon will be secured by Invictus Gaming. But can WB chase him down and win the fight afterwards? Rookie's at half HP, sending the ball out, forcing WB to run away. They're playing with very high... See right now, JJ around the Baron pit, as Monkey will show in the bottom lane. They're going to try to lock down the Shy. He does have his flash. He'll use it to try to knock away Monkey. The public execution does connect. Zenith Blade in. That is a nice kill onto the biggest carry for Invictus Gaming. And now it is Rookie in a lot of trouble. The Shockwave will find 3. Buying enough time for Gala to try to arrive, and the tier 2 tower will go down. Vampire going to fall in response, as the Otacon slow will come through as well. Mako comes in with the Magnet Storm and will take down Cube. So they lose the Shy, but Invictus Gaming going to win the fight in full. Karis, the only one left alive still for Team WE, into the bottom lane, and he will go down to Gala, and IG find the fight they they want it.
Look at the death timers. 35 seconds for Monkey, 45 for Karis, and no teleport. WE are going to be late to this dragon. That's going to be Infernal Soul. Spells, but now just opening out onto the map.
Now here's an interesting development. The dragon was not immediately taken on spawn, and so WE will have an opportunity to try to contest it. It will be Infernal Soul for IG if they can pick it up. And all of WE have now arrived. Karis, no TP, but has rejoined with the rest of the squad. But IG have already started up this dragon, and Monkey is still far away. There's no blast going to get him over. IG can just burst this down. Monkey is so far away. Get into the pit, man. No, it's taken by Jeje, and Infernal Soul belongs to Invictus Gaming. Vampire goes in way too early and will drop easily. A kill and the soul go the way of IG.
I feel like Monkey, he kind of just sat there. I don't know if he had Smite up, so maybe recognizing it's a lost cause. I think he smited for the blue buff. I hope we get a replay from our observers there. Oh, Monkey!
Monkey gets caught up by the Wolves and be left to the Wolves by Jeje, who takes him down. And Invictus Gaming have found multiple crucial picks. With the soul in hand, we'll head to the Baron and try to close out this game too.
All right, Baron on the cards here for Invictus. It's been a slow game, one where I think they kind of stopped themselves from getting punished in a lot of instances, and WE throwing themselves against the wall trying to see what works. No Smite, a 4v5, and can WE actually fight them around this Baron with a soul in their back pocket?
So 5,000 HP, no Monkey alive, so the Baron sure to go over. Cube gonna try for some desperation play. Public Execution goes on to shine and take him down, but the Shockwave will find two, and Rookie will pick up a huge kill for Invictus Gaming. Vampire and Taeyun gonna try to save things here. Taeyun a 1v4 will not be able to win this one. That is a full ace picked up for Invictus Gaming.
Triple kill. Taeyun tries to shift forward to get a little bit of damage. It is not worth it.
Of his team's damage so far. Jesus Christ, Rookie.
Well, they're going to catch out Monkey again. It's going from bad to worse. Hey, Monkey, you had a great early game, but that's going to be the end of the game in my mind. I mean, 31 of these blood petals purified. They're even sieging onto mid lane tier 3. You can go back to top lane. They're getting so much gold now. I mean, it is completely ballooned here. Almost 10,000 lead for IG. And this is the IG, the highs and the lows. Last game, we got to see the lows. IG here, I think, kind of taking their time, being a little bit slow to rise, but their fights and their setups are kind of carrying them this game.
Yeah, one thing I know for sure, a much better look from them than game number one is they have themselves a 9,000 gold lead. 30 minutes into the game, they're pushing on multiple lanes right now. Inhibitor in the mid lane already down. Inhibitor in the top lane soon to follow. And with these Baroned up minions pushing into the Nexus turrets, they're going to try to end the game right here, right now. Monkey has respawned. The Pillar buying some space, generating some utility, some slows in the area onto the IG players, but not a lot of damage that has been dealt to them. Remember, IG have the Infernal Soul, so they'll be able to poke them out really nicely here as Taeyun's already chunked out very low. Vampire goes in. Solar Flare will find Rookie. Here comes Public Execution as well, but Cube just doesn't do enough damage. He has to flash back to the fountain to try to live, but Gala says not today. The piercing arrow will find him, and into the fountain, RWE, the Shockwave, will send him right to a game number 3 victory. It is IG who sent us to that decider. Was okay into the Cassante. You're going to be able to cancel a lot of the dashes that he does have at his disposal. With the Steadfast presence in the laning phase, just provides a little bit of an annoying situation. Cube does have the all-out. Try to send JJ back to behind where, of course, Shy would want to be in a potential 2-for-1 fight. The Wave in a great position right now for IG. The Pathmaker comes out. Cube does a nice job to send that all-out in towards JJ and buy enough time potentially for Cars and Monkey to arrive. Grand Starfall is here. Cube is still alive, and that's first blood picked up for Team WE, and Monkey will make it a second as the Shy drops just like that.
Okay,
No
but
ultimate.
Yep, and they know that without any jungler here for WE, this should be a pretty easy dive on the bot lane if they do it successfully. Impale comes down alongside the Tibbers. Then the ultimate combo is pure as IG do get on the board with their mid jungle. Rookie gets that kill.
All right, how many more blades can...
You get the mini death cap, you get the execute. Still decently strong here in terms of just utility provide. But now Rookie could be in some trouble once again as Cube and Monkey going to try to spot him out here. No flash on that Annie, but the stun does find him with the Incinerate. Intofo strikes, though, are pure. And that is WE picking up the feats of warfare.
Oh my god. Well, Monkey flashes forward. I'll give one up for my EDG brother right there. And ends up kind of trading his flash for nothing. The Shy trying to find something on Dakaris. May I simply add, oh, we're making it a play, okay.
Oh, nice impale from JJ as well. Vampire in a lot of trouble, does pop the tidal wave, but the wild growth goes on top of Gala to make sure that Taeyun can't finish off the kill. The culling is just too late, and JJ tanks the tower aggro to make sure it's a double kill for free over to the ad.
Riot thing, so. We're seeing the first turret go down here for Team WE as a focus onto this bottom tier 1.
Oh, why not just go right back to the scene of the crime? Vampire going to go down again. JJ getting tanked up here by the culling, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. Karis joining the fight, going to try to find some sort of response.
Try to put a little bit of pressure here. Rookie does have ultimate, and again, changes to Annie this patch, giving a little bit more spell penetration.
Here goes Annie right in onto Taeyun. He walks straight into his doom. The bear will shut him down. And the mid lane has been a scene of disaster for Team WE in this game number 3. IG find 4 straight kills in there.
Skipping steps, and WE trying to take shortcuts ends up blowing up in their face. It's a 500, going to be 600 gold lead now. Karis trying to hide, trying to at least get away. They're trying to...
Dragon does come up, and it means that IG are able to get there first.
Well, IG, they get second dragon of the game. It'll be first turn going over to WE, so again, another game where they get feats of strength all 3 games so far. Second dragon does go over to Invictus Gaming, but, I mean, hell, we're now going to be seeing it. This might be a game where it is Gala versus Karis, and that is not a matchup we came into this series thinking that would be the case. Karis has been, again, a player that has had some of his own weaknesses. Cube has to be careful now.
He wanted the tower, but he just doesn't have enough damage to take it down. He flashes away from the impale to stay alive. And it could have been a lot worse here for Cube. Instead, just burning his flash. Should be able to finish off this tower once another wave comes crashing in.
And now without Ash Ultimate, IG are feeling a little bit weaker here in the situation. Instead of continuing for that mid-tier 1, they're going to try and put Vision down. I like this idea from WE, pivoting on the...
Legends to WE. And then there's Cube, right? But now Cube actually has to be a really big part of this one. And speaking of solo laners, Karis is going to be in trouble. He gets sent into the bounce house by the Keeper's Verdict, but will be able to survive with the help of Vampire, the Tidal Wave to buy some space. But now the response for IG, they send the Rift Herald into the mid lane. They're going to try to crack open this tier 1 turret. They will be able to get it, most likely, but everybody from WE is on the collapse. He forcing the Annie to flash away. No Grand Starfall just yet. Cube on the flank, going to try to rejoin the rest of his team and try to keep this tier 1 turret alive.
I love that discipline coming in from Karis, though, not even bothering to use the flash, holding his ground as the Syndra. That flash summoner spell is very important. It is at a high luxury tax in this game with how many objectives and how many skill shots are going to be flying at him.
It's going to be a very fun team fight centric end of this game. When you have players like Karis in really great positions, as you can see him going onto the Shy right here. Monkey joining the fight, the steadfast presence does block that initial jump. And I think the Shy has bought enough distance unless another scout of the week does come through. Karis is waiting for that to come out of cooldown, and he should be able to find it, but he does not connect. And the Shy will be able to live.
And he is positioned across the map with this ultimate. Rookie coming over the wall, no flash.
Oh, stun lands on a Vampire combined with the Timbers. That is just a one-shot. Nami already down.
What?
Matched by the unleashed power of Karis. And the Scout of the Week will find 2. The Shy is very tanky at the front line, but Cube looking to try to dive in onto Gala. The Shy 1v2 in on the Monkey. Keeper's Verdict comes out. It sends away the Pantheon and has collapsed the fight for Invictus Gaming. Scatter will send away some more. Monkeys rejoin the fight, and the Shy will finally drop. But Gala's full HP, and Gala looking to try to kite out the rest of this team fight here for Invictus Gaming. A wild fight in the mid lane. Overall, a 3-for-2 in favor of IG.
How does Skarner ult hit Taeyun there? He tries to cleanse. He cannot get out of the suppression. An incredibly close fight. Monkey now going to be searching. He does have the empowered Q, but he's on vision this entire time. Monkey not going to be able to get here in time. Yeah, Syndra got a lot. Is the fact that Karis was able to farm up Splinters of Wrath.
And they get a couple of kills back, right? It's not the end of the world, but with Q going down, it means that that Dragon surely to be scared. We're going to fight again. Rookie, where are we going? He flashed forward and ends up going down. Now Mako has a flash on his own right here. A big pickup here for Team WE. The Otacon's available on the top side, but they're going to prioritize the mid lane tier 1 instead.
Oh, Aqua Prison does end up landing. JJ does have the ultimate, doesn't land it onto Karis.
And that means the WE can play a little bit forward. Here is the Shy lands heroic charge onto Karis. The Syndra, though, will still live. The scout of the week is huge. And Team WE are winning this fight in the mid lane. The Shy will go down. Nobody has fallen here for the blue side. And Team WE will continue their push mid. They're going to clear this wave out, pick up the tier 1 turret, and look to gain control around the top side of the map.
And Karis still holds his flash. That is such trust. Farm up more Splinters of Wrath. Oh no, Karis, no.
He flashed away for the arrow. Will be able to survive for now. Exalt's impact goes over the wall, but that means that JJ is separated from the Otacon, and Karis will still live. That flash finally coming into use here as Monkey taking up so much alongside Cube on the front line. They send it Oculus, the all out, back onto the Shy, but he's tanking enough to survive for now. Tibbers doing a lot of AoE damage as well, as that's been a new strength of this Annie, and IG will retreat back to the Otacon and slay it for themselves.
Ah, man, Monkey took way too much damage from this Otacon, so a Thornbound going over to Invictus. And all of that to say, maybe if they find JJ here, he has a lot of HP.
He gets scouted. That crowd control chain is big. No execute there. Monkey flashing forward. Gonna try to instead go his way onto Gala, but he's shielded up really nicely. Taeyeon dashing forward. Does not have that culling at his disposal. Rookie over the wall. Will land a 4-man incinerate. Nobody's done for IG somehow, some way. They will all walk out with their lives.
And they lost so many summoner spells, but you do not need to fight right now. Let Vampire get his Mikhail's Crucible. Karis has hit 120 stacks right now. Isn't able to grab it, but he has a mini Rabadons now in his back pocket. 15% bonus increased ability power. You can see right now, this game is incredibly close. Gold is even. Soul point here for Invictus Gaming. The Otacon in their back pocket as well. Taeyeon has a lot of damage, but I think if you can wait for 3 items, wait for some of your item completions. Vampire now running out of base with that Mikhail's. Now we can look for a fight. Now we can more gold. Karis as well. Looks like he wants to try to finish what looks to be a Void Staff. Karis moving on over.
Here comes the
Good
fight.
stun.
Oh,
Oh
the intense crystal
no.
lands on the Karis. There's Tibbers, and there's the kill onto the Syndra. Main carry for W out of the fight. Taeyeon now very low as well. Gonna get jumped on by the Shy, but Cube will take down Rookie in response. A 2-for-1 overall as Monkey has dropped, and the Blast Cone will save the rest of the tanks here for Team WE. But the IG, with their jungler in hand and with the numbers advantage, are gonna start up this Baron Nashor.
That pick onto Karis might have just completely broken this game. I mean, Baron now, it'll be in correct timer. The timer will last up until the dragon spawning. Taeyeon and team are trying to see if they can fish for anything, maybe see if they'll stay in the pit. But Invictus, you will have access to his flash this time around, so again, that summoner spell at a very large premium here in this game, and still not finishing that Void Staff.
In, and the tidal wave lands on the JJ, only at half HP. Monkey going for Gala. They're going, and Gala is down. The Shy gets hit up here by the Scout of the Week as well. Mako the next target. WE have found the fight they were looking for off the back of Monkey, and it'll be a 2-for-0 in favor of the blue side.
Oh, right, but look at what is on the map. How much can WE actually get? There's no mini wave in time. They're going to try to cut this top lane wave, or bottom lane wave, a little bit high. I'm going to be honest, Graves, I don't think that's worth it. There's a dragon spawning, but what else are you getting? You're slowing down the game. You may be taking off 2 of these Baron timers, but now for the next 4 minutes, you won't have this flash on the Syndra. That is an open play for Invictus to repeat in the next few moments. We need to see WE blow up the base.
Try to push. They're gonna keep going here. Impale lands on it too. Vampire and Cube are gonna be targeted here, but Taeyeon between the turrets, gonna try to take down Mako. Monkey stunned under the wall. Going to try to go in on a Rookie. It will be a trade 1-for-1 as Monkey goes down in favor of the Annie. But now Gala has respawned. This Annie is so powerful. Cube going with the Pathmaker to take himself on up here. Can Gala complete the chase? The teleport is available. Baron up. Monkey's dead for another 10 seconds. And they will not be able to contest this one. It will not be a flip into their favor as IG should be able to pick themselves up the Cloud Soul unless they take down JJ first. Keeper's Verdict finds 2, and the Shy's gonna hunt down Taeyeon. That's gonna be the Soul, and it might be more. Rookie teleports in at the perfect opportunity and will win the team fight for Invictus Gaming.
Taeyeon falls again. WE overplaying themselves. You don't need to go that far under the turret. Just hit the damn bot lane tier 2. Take the turret. Try to see if you can extract any more summoner spells. But Cube, goes for the teleport, loses that summoner spell, and it'll be another turret here for Invictus Gaming. Karis now has no flash from Gala's ultimate coming back up. They can maybe look for another dive on this bottom lane inhibitor. They're trying to make a play onto Karis.
He doesn't have that flash.
No!
The kill too early. Karis is down. Gala gets the kill. And that could be the game. And that could be the series. They're pushing down the bot lane. No Baron buff in hand, but another wave crashing forward. It's now Taeyun about to respawn. Cube's back up in 5. It'll be a 5v4 momentarily, but will that be enough here for Team WE? Oh, the steadfast presence in locks down Monkey. They're targeting the Pantheon. The main carry, the main playmaker here for WE is down for the count. Rookie and Gala still alive. Cube trying his best in a 1v4. He gets blocked up again by the Shy, who's having an incredible game on this Poppy. Taeyun is still alive. He pops the culling. Gonna force the flash out of Gala. Keeper's verdict going to be issued, but canceled here by the Shy. Mana is low from Rookie.
Ooh.
It's going to be very tough for them to try to close this game out with the health bar so low, and so back away they will go.
Okay, Karis is up in 8, and somehow WE do not lose the game.
On a bit of a flank, he's trying to hunt onto the back line. Taeyun and Karis very vulnerable here. They're going to get spotted here by the control wards. The Rookie now is spotted. And now the target is Cube in a 1v3. He used the path.
They got JJ.
JJ's dead. Karis assassinates him with the unleashed power. And now they're looking for the Shy. Monkey continuing to try to chase him down, forcing the blast cone away. Numbers advantage now for WE. What a wild game we have in this decider between these two teams.
Taeyun has cleanse and the QSS coming up.
It's completely blind. They've already stunned
Alright.
up Cube. Baron's at 6,000 HP. Monkey's going to try to get into the pit, trying to make it a flip. JJ does have his smite. The Scatter of the Weak does land. Oh, the Keeper's Verdict knocks away one, and the Shy is going to send Cube in with a heroic charge. That's Baron picked up for IG. Will they win the fight, though? It's Monkey jumping in. Only onto JJ, though. Taeyun finally re-arriving to the fight. The Shy gets hit by the Aqua Prison. Not a lot of damage from IG just yet, but the health bars are starting to erupt. Karis flashes over the wall. Taeyun in some trouble. Tibbers comes down, but the Lucian will survive. Invictus Gaming will pick up the Baron, but they will not get a single kill until Monkey dashes in with the Grand Starfall. Gets hit up by the
found Rookie!
They're looking for Rookie. The Grand Entrance is big. But the Wild Growth has come through. Monkey's going to get taken down. And IG have the numbers advantage. Cube will drop as well. This could be the series. A lot going on to JJ, but it's only to buy the inevitable time. That will not be available for Team WE. Teleport in for Rookie. They're looking for the game right now. They find a big charge in from the Shy. And now it's Taeyun, Vampire, and Karis trying to save the game.
They've got a Baron, and this should be the end. WE cannot regenerate in time. It is Karis, Taeyun, and Vampire to watch their base fall.
Gala's full HP. There's no chance this is going to happen. And Team WE are done. Invictus Gaming says screw your upsets, screw your Cinderella stories. We're still the champs, and we're still...